My first serious camera was when I turned 12, and my father gave me a Pentax K1000. This was my first camera. And with this camera, actually, well, I got this in one of those second-hand shops. Okay, because mine disappeared a long time ago. Actually, it was stolen. But when I got that camera, he gave it to me with a macro lens, and my first photo was of an orchid. My mother had orchids under a mango tree in the backyard, and there was a beautiful orchid that I liked a lot, and I took a photo of it. I got it developed, and I said, well, this is such a beautiful photo that I'm going to send it to a competition. And I sent it. Nothing happened. But I guess at that moment, I got the inspiration to continue with my photographs. And I have taken thousands and thousands and thousands of photographs. I started with nature. I liked flowers. I like wildlife and travel. My family liked to travel a lot, and I always took pictures. I always had a camera, and I always took pictures whatever I want. But when I was 18, I met my wife, and at that time I had a DSLR. No, I still had I had an Olympus film camera. And one of the things that she enjoys, my wife enjoys, and I, is to travel a lot. We travel. We have been traveling ever since we met. And I started taking more street photography, more architectural photography, travel photography. I always thought about taking the photos of the culture of the people, to capture those moments. It's so difficult to say because all of them stand out. Say, for example, Russia. When we went to St. Petersburg, the architecture was magnificent. It's beautiful. When we went to the Baltic, Slovenia, Latvia, all those countries in the Baltic, they had things that I never saw, a culture that was different, and every picture that I took was something very special from that place. Everything stood up. Amsterdam, the windmills, the tulips, Italy, all the history in Italy, Spain, where I was born, all the history, the people, the culture, the olive trees, you see where you have the olive trees, you have it's like clay all over. It's like kind of an orangey dirt ground. It's beautiful. That's down in Andalusia, where I was born in Cadiz. You go up north, it's more green, and you have those hidden palaces and castles. The U.S., Yellowstone, it's breathtaking. Something as simple as the Luray Caverns, they are beautiful. I mean, those are moments that really stand out in my mind when I think about photography. When I think about my photos, I think of all those things, all those special places, and I cannot pinpoint one single one because each one of them meant something to me. Before joining the club, and I think I joined the club after I saw something in the Leisure World News. I think that's how I came to know the club. But before, I took a whole lot of wildlife pictures. We went to Africa, South Africa. We did a couple of safaris, and I enjoyed that a lot. I like when we went to Yellowstone, taking photos of elk, moose, a grizzly eating a moose. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy wildlife. It's nature to me and wildlife to me has always been something very special. And I have done birds before, but not as much as in the last 2.5 years when I joined the club. It's interesting because sometimes at the beginning I thought that taking photographs of birds was kind of dumb. Why would I take a photo of a bird? But throughout these 2.5 years, I have taken so many photos of them and I have learned about them. Birds are fascinating. There's so many of them, so many species, so many different things, sounds, colors, habitats, and just walking to find them, going to a national park or a forest or something, and just stand there quiet and listening, finding that bird, slowly going to the bird, finding it, taking the photograph, and then doing that for hours. Sometimes I disappear from home. I can leave at 7 and I will be back at 7. And I don't mind just being alone in the middle of a forest, listening to the birds and capturing them with my camera. It's not only, it's relaxing, but it's also kind of a very spiritual experience. I used to be part of this group. It was the black and white photography group. And you would send your photos, and discuss the photos among the other peers. And there was a lot of criticism, some brutal criticism. But that was back before, that was like 3 years ago. And I don't mind the criticism. However, I have my own style. I have my own way of looking at the world. Yes, I like photos to be sharp. Some of them, no. I took a photo, I have it in my iPad, I can show it to you. I took a photo of this old guy I think it was in Colombia. I think it was in Colombia. An old guy in a plaza, a small, plazalet. And I think it was a Sunday, and he was just feeding the pigeons. An old guy, and when I saw him, I saw an old photo. I did not see a crisp, sharp magazine style photo. I saw an old photo, and I took a soft image, and that picture was criticized. But that's how I saw it, and it's one of my favorite photos. I have a photo of a heron, a blue heron, from Nature World by the peninsula. I took that photo of the heron flying behind the fountain, and I took it. I was panning, but at one moment I panned slower, and I have the photo of my heron is very blurry. I mean, it shows movement behind the fountain, and that's how I liked it. That's a photo. If I show it to, if it goes to competition, they're gonna criticize it. But that's what I wanted to show. That was my moment with the bird. So, and again, I have photos that are extremely sharp. and that's the way I wanted them. Wanted them. So when I take a photo, I have a split-second moment. This is what I want, and I take the photo. And I say split second because the next split second, everything changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is gone.
Yes. Do you ever think, oh, this is the perfect shot, and then the bird flies away, or the...
Oh, so many times. So many times. Not only birds, landscapes. You find the most beautiful landscape with the most beautiful light. 1 minute later, there's a cloud. And the next minute, the sun is lower. The light is gone. Yeah. Oh, that happens many, many times. I mean, you gotta be ready. And since I shoot manual always, it becomes more, not challenging because I really enjoy it, but it takes more time. You have to remember your shutter speed, you have to remember your ISO, you have to remember your aperture, you have to remember all those things. What do you want? Do I want nice depth of field, or I want a shallow depth of field? Do I want a really crisp picture or not? Do I increase my shutter speed? Do I lower my shutter speed? Do I increase the ISO, or do I reduce my ISO? Do I want so many things working? And that's in a second. I just have my camera dialing and take the photo.
Yeah.
Luck plays a part in this.
Yeah.
Finding the right moment. Sometimes it's skill, sometimes it's luck.